Okay, I admit it. Sharon Horne-Ellstrom here. Day 382 of documenting my journey from from offline brick and mortar world of real businesses from corporate America for a quarter century to online business and what works and what doesn't for me. Documenting my journey because all of us are different. Although I'm learning we all go through a similar path and a similar process to achieve success in anything, and online business is no exception. Now, what I'm admitting is I started watching my 3-year-old granddaughter a couple of days ago, and I thought, this will be easy working in the online world or doing my online thing and watching a 3-year-old. Now, the reason I thought it would be easy is because I actually watched her for a year from the time she was born till she was about a little over a year old. Actually, it was more than a year, probably a year and a half. But I'm just saying. I watched her back then when I was running a physical brick and mortar manufacturing company, handmade Italian food. And I thought, well, if I can do that and all the things I had to do for that, then online business, that'll be a piece of cake. I can figure this out. I'll have it figured out in a day, right? Today is day 3, and I am here to admit that I don't have it figured out. I will figure it out. I'm sure I'll get it figured out. I'm doing a couple things and getting a few things done, but nothing like I was doing when I had all my time, 24 hours a day, to plan out and map out and do exactly what I want. And I'm absolutely loving every minute of it. I just realized it's changed and it's different. And it's a little more to figure out than I thought it was going to be with respect to a 3-year-old. A 3-year-old, and I really have a lot of understanding now for, work-at-home moms that are trying to build their online businesses with their kids around. You have to get so creative in terms of what you can accomplish in little blocks of time versus having big blocks of time where you can work out. Now, after she went home last night at 6 o'clock, then I could start doing bigger blocks of time to work on my business. During the day, it was 5 minutes here, 5 minutes there to process and post a video. I get up early in the morning before she comes to create my content, but I was doing that anyway. I was always getting up I wake up at 4. I used to wake up at 4 and get up at 4. Now I wake up at 4 to plug my curlers in so I can have these fancy hairdos. And then I, get cleaned up from like 4:30 to 5. It takes me about half an hour to find fancy new pajamas, do my hair, do a little bit of makeup so that I don't totally frighten and freak everybody out. And then just hop online and map out my strategy and my content for the morning, create my videos, and then I go about my day. Normally I would process my videos for, and do a bunch of things online. Then I can't do that now. I get the videos done and I figured that part out. It's always my answer to everything that when I have to find time to do it is to always just get up earlier and do it and get the action part that I have to do out of the way. And then I can chunk down and break down processing my content and doing what it is with my content throughout the day. So I think it took me till like 4:30 to get my content processed yesterday, which is unheard of. And I think that the real answer is I'm going to have to let go of some of the content processing and let someone help me, let a VA help me. And I've been selfishly hanging on to that because to me, my content, it's all about building relationships with people. The only reason I'm creating any content at all is so I can bring people into my community and into my world and into my life that I want to work with. I want to attract the people that I want to work with. And I don't think you can outsource that. I don't think you can outsource the personal contact and interaction and the putting me into my brand and what I do. So that's why I've been reluctant to do that. But there are a lot of pieces of what I do that are just mechanical. And those I can totally have a virtual assistant do for me. The actual, once I create the content, posting it to the different social media platforms, I can totally have someone do that for me. And then I free up my time, those 15 minutes here, those 5 minutes there, to actually engage and interact with people. And I'm still doing blocks of time. I've got an interview Friday morning in a couple of days to interview somebody for the Women's Summit. I'm still adding women to the Women's Summit. It is so cool. It's turning out so well. Is it perfect? Are the videos edited? No. Are they a little rough, some of them? Do I talk too much and ask to, go off on tangents sometimes during the interviews? Yes. Will I get better for the next summit? Yes, because I'm watching them all. I'm learning. I'll figure out what works and what doesn't work, what people want and don't want. And it's a continuously improving process, just like everything else in our lives. So I will figure that out. I think yesterday I talked about figuring it out. So obviously this is a bigger challenge than I thought. And I knew it was going to be. Change is always a challenge. So I'm not surprised, but it's funny that I still think I can do everything way faster than I can. I've always thought that. I've always believed that, and I think it's human nature, that we think we can get certain things handled way faster than we can. I think it's why we procrastinate, because we're like, oh, it's only going to take me 3 hours to write that report. So 3 hours before it's due, I'm going to write that report. It's only going to take me a week to do this project. So, I'm going to start it the week before I want it to launch. Hello. So I think that one of the things I'm learning throughout this Women's Summit project and throughout, taking on my beautiful granddaughter is cut yourself some slack and actually build into your timeline plenty of time, twice as much for sure as you think it's going to take you. Now, I guarantee that by the end of this week and by next week for sure, I will have more structure in how I want to do things and how I plan them out. No problem. Maybe instead of doing my interviews during, I like to do daytime interviews because it worked for me. Well, maybe I can't do daytime interviews now. Maybe I have to do them in the evening or on weekends. Now, part of why I do them during the day is because, and well, it was nice having any time of day that I could do them, because a lot of the women I'm interviewing for my podcast and for this Women's Summit are from other countries all over the world. And so it's a big, I'm not good with time zones. I will admit I'm not good with time zones. And so it's figuring that out and making sure that everything falls into place. And I guarantee I will figure it out. But I also want to admit that it has been a bigger challenge than I thought it would be. I mean, I think we underestimate what we can do in a short period of time. I think we overestimate, got that backwards. We overestimate what we can do in a short period of time. Like in a 1 year period, we always overestimate what we can do. And then we underestimate what we can do in a longer period of time. So think of your goals when you're setting goals. Our 1 year goal, we almost always overestimate and make that something we're not going to hit. But our 3 and our 5 year goals, we usually underestimate those. And we usually can accomplish way more in a 3 to 5 year period than we ever imagine. And so that's just one of those things I learned from Tony Robbins, that give yourself more time and understanding. Shoot for the moon, but know that you might not hit it. You might just make it to the mountaintop. But guess what? The mountaintop is the only place you ever wanted to go in the first place. So, interesting. I admit that it's been a bigger challenge than I thought it would be. It's taken me longer to do the Women's Summit than I thought it would. I thought I could decide to do a Women's Summit and boom, it would be done in a couple of weeks. But when you're depending on other people and you have to consider all of their amazing schedules to get some of the information that you're providing to other people, then it's going to take longer. So give yourself enough time to actually get it done, to do the project service and do an awesome job. It's why I'm doing the soft launch, or did the soft launch last week, and now I'm promoting and getting it out this week. Here's something I'll admit. Yesterday I needed to get the link out to all the women that are in the summit so they could start sharing with it. And I didn't get it done. I'm going to do it right after I'm done with my videos this morning, because what I did get done yesterday is I set up a bit.ly link that's easier to remember, because I couldn't remember the link to the page that promotes the Women's Summit myself. So if I can't remember it, how on earth am I going to share it and get other people to remember it and share it? So I'll do that today. I also need to figure out how I can sneak in some time to write some emails. Maybe I can get her to watch a fun show or something for a little while, and I can create a block of time that way. Or maybe, I guess I do everything with her, because she likes to have you do everything with her. So I'm not sure how many pieces of time I can get, but I will figure it out, and I will get what I need to get done every single day, just like I did yesterday. Sometimes, you got to hop on after I'm done taking care of her. I'll have to hop on in the evenings and do things in the evenings. And to be honest, there's a lot more of my target audience and people I want to touch their lives in the evening doing the same things I'm doing than there are during the day. A lot of the people that I work with and help have jobs during the day still. And I didn't think that would be the market I'm serving, but it seems to be the market that I'm serving. Or they're busy moms and they have to carve out, or they're busy grandmas. I'm a busy grandma. You have to carve out the time when you can carve out the time. I still have a soft spot in my heart for people that are having chronic pain. And I want to go back to doing something with that and helping people with chronic pain, because I think that if you have chronic pain, it's really hard to work for someone else or be an employee. Yet you need an income. So I really think that I might go back to helping people with chronic pain to find a way to support themselves and make a living so that they can create the life that they want in spite of having chronic pain. All right, well, that was a lot. I'm going to drink my coffee and enjoy it and maybe start processing my videos before the little one gets here today. Go out, make it a fantastic day. Let me know if there's anything I can help you with. Let me know in the comments below if you have any advice or activities that for an active 3-year-old. I would love some advice about that because, like I said, 0 to 1 is very different than 3. And just I will tell you, it's so fascinating and so incredible and so fun. I can't believe the things that little kids know at 3 and that they talk about and the stories they tell and the questions they ask. It is just so exciting and so fun, but it's also a huge challenge. And so any advice you've got on that, share it in the comments below because this pajama grandma would sure love to know. I will be with you tomorrow. Bye. Make it a great day.